As unusual as it sounds, the US has hit its borrowing limit. Not just this could make the global markets unstable, but has also sent off budgetary battle in the Congress. What's worse, it will have a major impact on the international financial markets. This phenomenon is called debt ceiling. Let's decode what exactly is debt ceiling or borrowing cap and why is it such a big deal. The debt ceiling determines how much money the US government can borrow for its expenses. After the borrowing cap is reached, the Treasury Department is not permitted to raise money for the government by issuing further bills, bonds, or notes. In this situation, the only source of funding for the country is left with its tax revenues. Currently, the cap on the US government borrowing equates to around 120% of the nation's yearly economic output. Presently, the borrowing limit is set at $31.4 trillion, which is determined by the US Congress. The federal government uses borrowed money to help pay for Social Security, Medicare payouts, the salaries of the US military, and government workers.
The debt we're paying on, and we're going to have a little discussion about that with the new majority leader of the House, has accumulated over 200 years. Over 200 years. Not a joke. That's how long. That's what the national debt is. It's over, $31 trillion. Do we cut Social Security to raise taxes on billionaires? There's 745 or 50 billionaires in America. Average tax rate they pay is 2%. I think you should be able to be a billionaire, but I think you should pay a little more than 2%.
The government could only pay its payments through early June if the debt ceiling is not increased. Many experts believe the US could reach its debt ceiling in the third or fourth quarter. Goldman Sachs expects the US government to run out of money any time between August and October. As a way out, the borrowing cap has to be raised to allow the US government to continue to make its payments due and prevent a default. However, the political situation is not favorable. Republicans run the House of Representatives, while Democrats have a majority in the Senate. Congress is reluctant to raise the debt ceiling because it might provide Republicans with leverage when negotiating spending cuts.
Now, the Republican leader is saying, if I don't cooperate in cutting Social Security between going back into session and the end of this term, and I don't support cutting Medicare and Social Security, they're going to shut down the government by not providing the votes to pay our federal debt to other countries in the world. It'll be the first time in all of American history.
If the US government cannot borrow more money, it will put existing federal programs at risk. Investors will get jittery if the verbal battle is not resolved and no further action is taken to address the situation. The US dollar may also lose its global appeal if the federal government defaults on its loan and interest payments. This would hurt the US financial markets and weigh on the economy, including job losses and activity gloom. Historically, the United States was on the verge of default in 2011 due to political deadlock in Washington over the debt ceiling. As a result, the US stocks crashed, top-tier AAA credit rating was hit, and S&P 500 plummeted by 15%. Looking at the situation, it's concerning to say that history could repeat itself in the middle of this political game in the United States of America.